Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 21st already. Can you believe it? We're bearing down on the Memorial Day holiday weekend, which is going to be a warm one, but a sunny one with only a few shower chances to speak of. But what a beautiful day in the neighborhood today has been this Tuesday. Indeed, glorious. Hope you have a chance to get out and enjoy the rest of the evening. And glad to have you with us here tonight. Show taped a couple of hours earlier. I'm going to go vote before polls close. Not expected to have to wait very long, sad to say, but we do have a great deal of news to cover. Hard pressed to get it in tonight. We'll talk about a lot of serious topics in last night's Sayersville City Council meeting. A structure fire just doors down from the newsroom. I'm still trying to find out more about the young man's condition, but he jumped from a second-story window to avoid the flames and was seriously injured. I'll tell you how and what I can, at least given the fact that he is still a juvenile, I do believe. Still trying to verify that. I do have your 57th district scores to date to this hour, with one more game to go, and a whole lot of other news and information in what's now left of the half hour. I don't have this on the community calendar, so we'll go ahead and read it now, so as I don't forget, to be perfectly honest. There is going to be an election for parent members at the North Magoffin Elementary School tomorrow, 5 o'clock. This is for the site-based council to parents to be selected and serve on the council for the 2019-2020 school year. They meet one time a month and can have additional special meetings if they are required. To be eligible, site-based council parents must have a child currently enrolled or pre-registered for the upcoming school year, and they also must participate in an initial 6-hour training and an additional 3 hours each year of re-election. That's tomorrow at North Magoffin at 5 o'clock. Let's go now to our top story tonight, one that we are looking for more information on and trying to reach the family. I do believe the young man to be a juvenile. I believe to be a juvenile just by the matter of a few days. But very early this morning, while most everyone was asleep, the Sayersville Fire Department was called out to a structure fire on West Maple Street. A young man, just days, I'm told, from turning 18, a senior at the Magoffin County High School, I also believe, was seriously injured and believed to have been, at the time that rescue and fire crews were on scene, in danger of losing his hand or part of his arm if he didn't get immediate medical help after jumping from a second-story window this morning when he feared for his life from the fire that had started in a West Maple Street, Salyersville apartment. Shortly before 4 o'clock this morning, the Sayersville Fire Department was toned out to this apartment building on West Maple after a resident in a downstairs apartment called 911. That resident, I am told, was awakened by the fire alarms and came out to find a seriously injured young man.
At 3:41 this morning, Tuesday morning, we had a fire call on West Maple Street in Sayersville. Upon our arrival, we noticed one of the attendants had been cut as due to jumping out of a window. When we made entry to the facility, we noticed that the fire was in the hallway section of the apartment, second story, and we extinguished the fire and discovered the cause and origin of the fire.
That cause and origin, Howard tells me, was a type of floor furnace or heater that ignited some personal belongings that had just been placed on top of it earlier that day.
The attendants was moving in that day, the first day that they moved in, and they left set some stuff on top of it. They thought was a cold wire return. It happened to be a floor furnace that was still lit.
Howard said the teenager had volunteered to stay overnight to keep an eye on the personal belongings of a mother and daughter who had started moving in just earlier that day, but were staying elsewhere until their move was complete. Howard says the teen was woke up by the smoke and alarms and severely cut his arm, making an escape through the upstairs window.
When he was woken by the smoke alarms or something of the building alerted him, he opened the door and to the hallway, and it was fully engulfed in flame. So he backed it back into the bedroom, broke a bedroom window out on the second story, and climbed out the window. But on his way down, he got caught on some glass and cut his arm severely bad. He's taken from the scene from lifeguard ambulance service to the LZ at Subway, and then flown to Pikeville Memphis Hospital, and then later this morning he was transferred to Louisville.
I'm also told that young man suffered a broken ankle as a result of his fall or jump, however you wish to refer to it. And I also believe him to be a junior firefighter with one of the county fire departments. Again, we're looking into this and hope to have more, and hope to have a good report on his condition just as soon as possible, maybe even before I leave you for the evening. With that said, I have to pause for a brief break. When we come back, the Sayersville City Council met last night. They discussed alcohol taxes, Sunday sales of alcohol, 4th of July, and some other important topics, and we'll cover all of that in just a second. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sayersville. 349-8785. At Parkway Gun & Pawn, out the door means taxes and a box of shells are included, and all these specials are out the door prices. So you can pick from these Heritage Arms 22 revolvers, $149 out the door, or this one for $139. This Judge shoots 45 long Colts and 4 10 shells, and it's out the door for $449. 9mm semi-automatics as low as $219, all just in and soon to be gone at Parkway Gun & Pawn.
Appalachian Wireless has a question for you. Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? If you think this answer is simple, then the Appalachian Advantage plan is for you. Pay less upfront for today's hottest smartphones, and then pay just a few dollars more every month on the monthly bill. Many smartphones are $5 a month or less after you factor in the $20 discount from the Advantage plan, compared to the contract offering. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Payment agreement required. See store for details.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you. Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
At Sayersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sayersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sayersville National. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. I'll pick out some of the most important items on last night's agenda of the Sayersville City Council, including a Kentucky Power utility franchise that's not been in place for decades as it should have been, a change to the Sayersville alcohol tax and why, and a proposal or at least a discussion on Sunday alcohol sales in Sayersville, what's being planned thus far for the 4th of July, which is going to be here before you know it, and also the mayor and council discussed supporting once again the Historical Society of Magoffin County, as they haven't done for 2 to 3 years for a lack of funding documentation. Early on in the meeting, there was a Kentucky Power franchise renewal request. Attorney Wendell Roberts, representing the power utility, explained that Sayersville has not had a franchise agreement with Kentucky Power since the late 80s, and one is required by Kentucky statute to give utilities the right-of-way to use city streets, sidewalks, etc. for its poles, lines, and services. Roberts explained that the city hasn't had an agreement since 1988.
Instead, in 1988, the city of Sayersville passed an ordinance, and I've got a copy of it here. And it says that electric utilities operating in, any electric utility operating in the city of Sayersville shall operate under this ordinance till it's revised or further notice. And it specified what the compensation was for the franchise. But it's really not a franchise because the hoops weren't jumped through to advertise the franchise for sale and so forth. Essentially a formality, but that's the story on it.
Roberts also said that he wasn't sure why it changed in 1988. But in the end, the current city council voted in favor of the first reading in regards to the new ordinance. Later, some other ordinances were discussed. There was a second vote on the bidding ordinance that we previously covered a couple of times in the program, so we'll not go back into that. And there was some more discussion this meeting on the signage ordinance, right now with the intent of not allowing signs to be placed on or anywhere from 35 feet from the center line of state right-of-way roads and 20 feet from the center line of city roads. That's to be drawn up by City Attorney Jeff Lovely and then presented possibly for the first reading next City Council meeting. Turning to the mayor's report in financial matters, Mayor Shepherd outlined the city has a total of $266,000 in all accounts, with $100,000 of that being from a recent FEMA reimbursement that goes back several years, but still noting that the city this time last year had only about $50,000 in all accounts. And next in the mayor's report, Shepherd asked the council to consider changing the city's alcohol tax for the following reason.
The thing I would like y'all to think about before the next meeting is the county had been charging a 1% alcohol tax on anybody in the city that sold alcohol beverages. No, they wasn't allowed to do that. They had an ordinance, they done it for the county, and they just took the city in with it. So they've dropped their 1% off all the businesses in the city. And since it's ours is 5%, I would think if you all would discuss maybe adding 1% onto ours to make it 6%. Doesn't change anything that the businesses are paying, but it gives us 1% more, which would be around, I think around I forget what I had the total on. I think Matthew said last year they cut 17,000 off the city, the businesses in the city. So it'd be 17,000 basically to our ABC account for the police department. So just want y'all to think about that. If you think it's a good idea, I'll go ahead and maybe get Jeff to write something up on that for the next time.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. They've been paying it anyway.
They've been paying it anyway, but the county had to drop theirs because it was in KRS. They couldn't charge the city.
Right.
So, but so we can charge.
With the council taking that into consideration before the next meeting, the mayor also asked the council to consider something else prior to the next meeting. Several businesses that have requested to have afternoon alcohol sales after 1 o'clock on Sundays in Sagersville to increase revenue and to keep from losing some revenue to other cities which have already implemented such a law or ordinance.
Paintsville, Prestonsburg's already went to Sunday sales, and they say they have a lot of people come in asking for alcohol sales on Sunday. So it's up.
Who does that pertain to sell it?
Uh,
Who will be selling
It would be any business that sells, and then any restaurant sell it that seats over 100 people or 150. I think 100. There's a
Anywhere in the city, and restaurants that sell it, which would be Mihas.
Mihas, those are going to sell the deal. But that's just up to y'all to discuss and decide how you feel about that. But they do say they think we're losing some revenue on Sundays because a lot of people come through, the Dolphins are coming from this way, they stop in at Speedway especially says there's a lot of people come in on Sunday and ask for, buy alcoholic beverages and stuff, and we don't have it, so they have to go to Paintsville, Prestonsburg to get it. So. But that's just, y'all can think about it, and maybe we'll discuss it next time. Just wanted to bring it up.
The trend of cities is to adopt this.
I know Winchester went to it lately, Paintsville, Prestonsburg went to it the last year. So.
All the surrounding counties going to it.
All everybody's going to it,
Martin and Prestonsburg and Paintsville.
So did it.
Let's look into it a little better.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll look into it, then I'll bring something at the next meeting.
It creates revenue for us, I don't see it.
It creates revenue, because that's everything that's gone Sunday goes to another county, or city, they get that tax off of it.
Moving on in his report, the mayor outlined efforts to beautify the city of Sagersville, some 52 hanging pots, the mowing of the Bluegrass Cemetery that's going to take place this Wednesday, tomorrow before the Memorial Day weekend. There's also been a lot of work done on the 4th of July schedule, it to be held on the weekend of Saturday the 6th. the Watermelon Social that Friday. They're putting together a live entertainment schedule. They're putting together the parade schedule, trying to reach out and see if they can maybe honor a little Kenneth Howard and all of the first responders who helped find the little boy for the parade. And they're going to put together some music, maybe some hot dogs and drinks after the parade, free for everyone. There won't be a street dance this year, but they're also looking at some live entertainment that evening to go along with the fireworks over the city of Sagersville that Saturday. Going on to some other matters, Coal Patch is in as of yesterday. They're going to start fixing potholes just as soon as time allows. And he said they're waiting to hear from a grant from FEMA in regards to a $65,000 estimate on what it would take to completely repair all of the flood and storm damage to Coal Branch. Hopefully repair it enough to where it wouldn't get as much damage the next time a storm hits that area. And one of the last things that was discussed was the Magoffin County Historical Society. The Historical Society has come to the mayor's office requesting their quarterly support be reinstated, which the mayor stopped around 2 years ago after city auditors told the mayor that the Historical Society must turn over their financial documents, which they haven't done for a couple of years. The city had been giving the Historical Society, I think it's about $3,500 each quarter, but stopped because they couldn't get any of those financial documents.
The Historical Society request for,
Sorry about jumping.
that's right, now, Mike, we're ready to
Are
move
they
on.
gonna work with you this time and bringing you?
They
the
have
funds?
brought me they brought us 3 months of receipts. I've asked for 1 year. And the only thing other than that we asked for they haven't brought was their tax ID number, and they said they would give that to me. So I'm making a recommendation to council, we go ahead and in good faith, go ahead and
As
start
long
paying
as
them.
they work with
As long as
you.
they work with me, and they have. They just, like I say, they need to get me some more records. Well, they need to get our accountant some more records, because we have to have for the audits. I mean, it ain't just me, it's,
So last year they didn't work.
we
with
didn't
you.
get anything. We got a list of bills ahead, and we need to give, when we, look, the Renaissance gives us a financial report, the Parks gives us a financial report every quarter. They didn't give us a financial, well, yeah, you do a month.
With all in favor of the good faith agreement between the city and the Historical Society, the mayor also said that there was one other condition to the city's support, and that was that the Historical Society puts a representative of the city on their board, which the city hasn't had before.
That's one of the conditions I asked is if the city would allow the city to appoint somebody on their board. And I wanted to appoint Jessica Howard, Todd's daughter, on there. I haven't really talked to them about that yet, but I'm sure that was one of my prerequisites, stipulations for that to happen.
Okay.
I think we should have a representative on it, you know, because,
Sure.
you know, I mean, I don't know why not, because it needs to be moved forward.
Right.
It's kind of stagnated, and we need to
It
get it.
is, well, right now,
And
there's
I've
not a lot
talked
of money
to,
to operate on.
and I've talked with Matthew,
Especially-
I've talked with the county
Well, yeah,
judge, and he agrees that the county ought to take a hand in it too,
Right.
with us, not just us. And so I think once he gets things lined out over there, we're gonna have a lot of help from the county in that, which,
And volunteers.
and
That'd be great.
well, they need volunteers. That's a big, that's a,
Trust me, it would be great.
yeah, so, okay, yeah, so, I think we're on the right track with that, with all of our organizations, with the Renaissance, they're doing good, we got a lot of things going on, and if we get the Historical Society moving forward again, and then, we'll be in good shape with those groups.
Right.
And in one of the last matters discussed, Councilman Paul Montgomery passed along several resident requests for speed bumps, specifically in the Dixie area. The mayor actually said they're hoping to hear about a grant in the next couple of weeks that the city has applied for about $7,000 to $8,000 that would go to purchase and install benches in town, in the park, and also install those preformed yellow striped speed bumps that you anchor to the blacktop instead of just laying down a patch of coal patch or a pile of coal patch across the road. If the grant, he says, doesn't come through, they will go back to the previous use method of the coal patch in the next few weeks. From there, we're going to take a commercial break and come right back with tonight's community calendar before I go any further. And on that, I think we'll kick off with a special 50th wedding anniversary announcement and invitation. I'll be right back. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes, all fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sayersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop. Join everyone at Hope Family Medical Center and Big Sandy Healthcare in recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month and Melanoma Month. Hope's Kimberly Davis is there to provide individual and family behavioral health and substance abuse services to help with stress, depression, dependency, or anything impacting your health and quality of life. And Hope is there to help you prevent, detect, and live by spotting skin cancer that affects millions of Americans each year, with almost 10,000 people diagnosed every day. M stands for May, Mental Health and Melanoma, and Hope Family Medical Center stands for you. The seasonal shop is simply wall to wall, floor to ceiling, filled with new arrivals and more coming every day. Natural Life is in the store. It's a fun, uplifting brand of t-shirts, headbands, air fresheners, mugs, and more. And they've always got the latest and greatest designs from Simply Southern, including their new line of drinkware for hot or cold. And the women's spring and summer collections are simply amazing and ready to get you ready for the beautiful weather head to toe. And come in and check out their rewards program. Free local delivery. They'll ship it to you. They're now accepting PayPal, and they've always got baby and wedding registry at Fraser Spray to Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Great and feel great with the very best in Versa Spa Spray Tanning and 6 of the most modern tanning beds in the business, including their 7-minute stand-up bed and 12-minute super bed with bronzing bulbs at Tropical Isle in Sayersville and Prestonsburg. And till the end of May, get 20% off of tanning packages. Come in or call today. At Tropical Isle Tanning in Sayersville and Prestonsburg, open 7 days a week. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. This is a special anniversary wish and invitation all rolled into one. Friends and family are invited to join Judy and Lewis Howard in celebrating 50 years together as they celebrate their anniversary at their home in Oil Springs this Saturday from 5 till 9. Again, a 50th anniversary celebration, and congratulations to Judy and Lewis Howard. Just a few more days left in the Magafa County Spring Cleanup Campaign. It lasts to the end of the week, and that's for residents in District 1 only, and, of course, to the end of the week for all of the residents in the city of Sayersville to take advantage of the cleanup campaign. Call the judge's office or Sayersville City Hall. And it's getting closer all the time. June the 29th from noon to 4 at North Magafa Elementary, the second annual Sayersville Masonic Lodge 2019 Special Needs Summer Blowout. It's going to be at North Magafa with all sorts of great food, games, that's video games, movies, fire trucks, turnout gear, train rides. Did I say games? Bouncy houses. There'll be some superheroes as well, special guests, and much, much more. We'll tell you about it when it gets a little bit closer. I do want to tell you this right now. They need you to RSVP, moms and dads. If you've got a kid who wants to go, let them know so they can get their t-shirt size and name on that shirt. RSVP by June the 1st, if you can. Next Wednesday on the 29th here in Magafa County is a free community baby shower at the Magafa County Health Department. This is for moms-to-be or new moms with a child 2 months or younger. They're going to have some games, gifts, great food, and some helpful tips and information. And if you register, you qualify. And you must call and register to qualify for the Walmart gift card, and a door prize is also going to be drawn for at the end of the shower for anyone who attends, for a chance to win a baby basket full of wonderful goodies for your little one. Wednesday the 29th, noon till 2 at the McGoffin County Health Department. And don't forget, Camp Lewis is coming up very, very soon. The dates will be here before you know it. $65 per camper if you pre-register, and you can do so online by going to camplewis.com. And you can have your announcement on our show for free. All you have to do is tell me so I can tell everyone about it. 60-year-old Anna Lou Back of Mine Fork passed away on the 18th, the daughter of Gene Back and the late Anna Mae Back. Visitation is tonight, and services will begin in the morning at 11, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 69-year-old Carolyn Oney of Sagersville passed away on the 18th, survived by her husband Gary, son Dennis Neal, and daughter Tammy. Visitation is going to be at 2 o'clock tomorrow, with services to begin tomorrow afternoon at 4, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will be at the Harper Cemetery at Grape Creek. An 82-year-old Bobby Joe Collins of Falcon passed away on the 19th, survived by his wife Ellery Mullins Collins, son Jerry Collins, and daughters Judy Moore, Brenda Arnott, Barbara Salyer, Crystal Tackett. Funeral services are going to be held tomorrow at 1. There are actually graveside services to be held tomorrow at 1. Visitation will take place this evening, the rest of this evening, at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and up until tomorrow's graveside services. Well, while a lot's been happening here, there's been a lot happening in Sheldon and Clark, and that is, of course, the 57th District Tournament, which is over for the boys. One championship game left to go tonight for the girls. As for McGoffin County, both the boys and girls fell to Johnson Central teams. And the boys, of course, now have the 15th region bracket set, while the girls still have championship games to go before we know who's going to go on to the next level. We'll start with the boys because the 57th District Tournament is over and done with as of last night. Now, going back to Saturday, we had the first two games, and that was Johnson Central ousting McGoffin County in Game 1, 10-0. And that was a 6-inning game that wrapped up McGoffin County's regular season. They will finish up at 4-19 and 0-7 in the district. And Johnson Central advanced on to the championship last night, where they took on Paintsville, who was the 4-3 winner over Sheldon Clark on Saturday. And in last night's championship, Central outscored Paintsville by a total of 8-2, and therefore Central is your 57th district champion, and they and Paintsville will both advance to play in the 15th region tournament. I'll go over that bracket and schedule for you in just a few moments. As for the Lady Hornets, their regular season 2 has come to an end, while the 57th district tournament continues. Last night in Game 1, it was McGoffin County and Johnson Central, and again, as I alluded to, Johnson Central came out victorious in only 4 innings after a 15-0 run score. So Johnson Central advances to tonight's girls' championship. They will take on Paintsville, who was an 8-1 winner over Sheldon Clark last night. Again, that's Johnson Central and Paintsville in the girls' championship tonight. First pitch set for 7. As for the boys' 15th region, first pitch set for this Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. All games we played at Floyd Central. 11 o'clock that morning, you've got Lawrence County and Paintsville. Game 2 is Pike County Central and Pikeville. Game 3 is Shelby Valley and Belfry. And Game 4 is the boys from Johnson Central and Floyd Central. We'll keep you posted. Here's keeping you posted on tonight's Licking Valley RACC Outlook. A beautiful day. I mean, man, what a gorgeous day to try to find or struggle to find an excuse to get outside. We've got more sunshine, and we've got, of course, increasing temperatures, maybe even a little humidity. Some, but not very many, shower chances throughout your holiday weekend. Talk about a nice, comfortable, relatively mild one out there today. I mean, the days like today, hard to beat, unless you like the heat. And if you do, okay, we've got that too. You're just going to take another few hours to get there, but that's about it. Clear skies tonight, a low of 51 to round out your Tuesday. Northeasterly winds, maybe 6 miles per hour, so becoming calm. For Wednesday, sunny and right at around 88, maybe even 89 degrees. Still winds out of the south, southwest around 7 miles per hour. Just a nice little breeze that will help knock the edge off of 88 tomorrow. Still dry tomorrow night and partly cloudy and a low of 66. For Thursday, we're talking about mostly sunny skies, still well into the upper 80s at 87. You can factor in about a 20% chance of some showers and possible thunderstorms in the afternoon from about 1 throughout the rest of the evening. There's a slight chance they'll be hit and miss if they are here at all. So for the most part, mostly sunny and in the upper 80s again on your Thursday. That also sums up your Friday outlook as well. Mostly sunny, 88, and a 20% chance again of showers and thunderstorms in the middle of that heat in the afternoon time frame. No real shower chances Friday night under mostly clear skies and 66 degrees for the nighttime low. And that takes us into your Memorial Day weekend, which everyone is so waiting for. It's a long weekend for most everyone, and with that, the heat continues. We're talking about 89 and sunny on your Saturday. I don't have it on screen because really it's like 4 o'clock Sunday morning that we have a 10% chance of showers. So Saturday, sunny, hot, and dry. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers throughout the day, but still mostly sunny and 87. Memorial Day, a slight increase in shower chances to the tune of a 30% chance, still mostly sunny, highs around 86 or so, and I think the day after Memorial Day will also follow that same trend. Hot, sunny, with a slight chance of some showers here and there. Now, with that, let me say this. I do know we have a camera at tonight's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting, and the McGoffin County Fiscal Court, in lieu of today being an election day, meets in special session tomorrow. And we've got a host of other news and information that we're always working on. We hope to see you back here tomorrow night for more of your news today, picking it up where we left off. Thanks for watching.